from far and wide to join us here in disgusting Hollywood, California, home of the dirtiest Spider-Man in the world. There is litter and filth here as far as the eye can see. It's the kind of place that makes you want to sit on a rocket and fly away. And pretty soon, you will be able to do that because flying motorcycles are coming. There's a company here in California that's hoping to have flying motorcycles available by 2023. You can buy them, you can ride them. This is called the Speeder. It's basically like a jet ski that you lay on. DJ Khaled already has like 6 of them on pre-order or something. The top model goes for 150 miles per hour. It's capable of going up to 15,000 feet for over an hour, which means from Los Angeles, you'll be able to quickly crash into anything on this map. And you can pre-order one for like $385,000. Now, that seems like a pretty reasonable amount to pay to die, doesn't it? Would you go on one of those, Guillermo?
No way.
No way, right? No. Me neither. There are major scientific breakthroughs happening all around us. Heinz today revealed what they are billing as their first ever Marz Edition ketchup. This is the ketchup. It is ketchup made from tomatoes that were produced under the same conditions they have on Mars. I don't know why either. I hope they didn't grow them the same way Matt Damon grew his poop-tatoes, but Heinz, they put together a team of 14 astrobiologists to work on this for 9 months. The whole time they're like, why the hell are we doing this? We're astrobiologists, but this is big because if they can grow tomatoes in space, that means we could potentially have pizza in space, which would be great, delivered by men on flying motorcycles. Back here on Earth, Joe Biden has, his approval rating is low. The president's approval rating right now is even lower than his testicles. According to the latest poll from USA Today, Biden's approval rating clocks in at 38%. That was before Congress passed the infrastructure bill, though. And if anything can get the American people fired up, it's infrastructure. So, and Biden is alone. Americans really aren't happy with his vice president, Kamala Harris. Kamala Harris has an approval rating of 28%, which makes no sense because she basically has nothing to do. I mean, it's like criticizing a backup quarterback. Tom Brady's okay. I don't love the way Blaine Gabbert has his legs folded on the bench. I have to be honest. Kamala's approval rating of 28% is even lower than the 30% who approved of Dick Cheney in 2008 after he shot a guy in the face. I think these people are forgetting that at least 10% of those polled approved of Dick Cheney because he shot a guy in the face. I think I know why Kamala's ratings are low, besides sexism and racism, which are the obvious ones. It's because whenever she's next to Joe, standing near him, behind him, she looks like an assassin. She looks like Nebula next to Thanos, ready to, right? Especially with a mask. Hey, Kamala, this guy's being a wise guy. Show him what we do to wise guys. It is surprising that Biden's numbers are so low. The jobs report was great. The economy is strong. COVID is on the decline. All I can figure is it must be all the spooky whispering he does.
I wrote the bill on the environment. I got them $1.9 trillion relief support. Pay them more. United States, Fox News, get vaccinated. I see dead people.
Stop that. Nobody likes that. Don't do that anymore. Save the sexy talk for bedtime with Dr. Jill. We're also not even a year into his presidency. Joe Biden, don't worry, he's like an old grandpa at the wheel. He'll get us there. It's gonna happen very slowly with the blinker on the whole ride, okay? There's only one president in the history of polling whose approval rating was worse than Biden's at this point. You wanna guess which president it was? I'll give you a hint. His name rhymes with garbage dump. That's right. He's Donald Trump, our dear Miss Leader, suffered a little setback yesterday, or last night, rather. He's been trying to stop Congress from getting their hands on the visitor logs and the call logs and documents related to the events of January 6th. Late last night, Trump asked a federal judge to prevent the records from being released. The judge denied that late-night request, and Trump was like, "You're just like Melania." But this could be bad for Donald Trump. If these documents are made public, we may finally know whether Trump and his associates were as involved in the events of January 6th as we already know they were. The congressional committee investigating the Capitol riot issued subpoenas today for 10 of Donald Corleone's associates. That's on top of the 6 subpoenas they issued Monday. Congress wants them to provide testimony and to shed light on the war room that was assembled at the Willard Hotel in D.C., where Trump's minions brainstormed ways to overturn the election. Boy, if they do ever end up arresting Trump, they should let Hillary cuff him. Shouldn't they, just for fun? Or at least turn the... It is interesting to see how these Trump supporters are now trying to spin the insurrection, which at first they seemed to agree that it was bad. But the new thing these right-wing cable channels are doing is treating these criminals who literally tried to overthrow our government, who, if they weren't white people with tattoos of Pepe the Frog on their necks, Newsmax, Fox, OAN, they'd be calling for the death penalty for the... Instead, they're treating them like some kind of conscientious objectors or something. Greg Kelly from Newsmax took some time to commiserate with one of these heroic martyrs, and this should tell you just about all you need to know about these people.
Tell us where you are right now. Set the scene. You're on phone, in jail. Where? How does it work? What's going on where you are right now?
Right now, I am in what I'd like to refer to as D.C. Gitmo, but we're in the D.C. DOC correctional facility, and I can only describe it as psychologically damaging, torturous, and inhumane here. Solitary confinement for anywhere between 18 to 26 hours per day. It used to be upwards of 23 to 30 hours per day.
Wow, well, this daylight saving time has everyone all screwed up. That's a lot of hours. The trials for those accused of storming the Capitol are piling up. One of them just finished. The United States versus Jenna Ryan. You remember Jenna Ryan? This is the woman who flew to D.C. in a private jet and used her attendance at the insurrection to plug her real estate business.
We're gonna go in here. Life or death. It doesn't matter. Here we go. Y'all know who to hire for your realtor. Jenna Ryan, your realtor.
Yeah. Should you be allowed to call it real estate if you don't know what is real and what isn't? But so then, much to Jenna's surprise, she got arrested. And despite the fact that this woman flies on private jets and uses her social media to brag about how wealthy she is, she set up a PayPal asking for donations. She said, I'm accepting donations to pay legal fees and losses due to my arrest and charges by the FBI for protesting at the U.S. Capitol. Thank you for your support. Any amount helps. So then when PayPal shut her down, she admitted it was a grift. She wrote, I really don't need the donations. I was just giving people the opportunity to contribute and be blessed by their giving. Whoever donates to me is going to be blessed beyond measure. Yes, I believe it was the Apostle Matthew who said, blessed are those who pay legal fees for idiots, for they shall be screwed out of $20. Not only did Jenna ask for financial support, she went on the local news to beg her cult leader to help her, too.
I would like a pardon from the president of the United States. I think that we all deserve a pardon. I'm facing prison sentence. I think that I do not deserve that.
Well, agree to disagree on that one.
I thought I was following my president. I thought I was following what we were called to do. He asked us to fly there. He asked us to be there. So I was doing what he asked us to do.
Right, I sent money, I drank bleach, I did everything this man asked of me. And this is the thanks I get? I mean, she did not get a pardon from the president, by the way, but she seemed unconcerned about the possibility of incarceration. She even tweeted, definitely not going to jail. Sorry I have blonde hair, white skin, a great job, a great future, and I'm not going to jail. Sorry to rain on your hater parade. I did nothing wrong. So that tweet she posted on March 26th. And in January, Jenna Ryan is going to, that's right, jail. She's going to prison. To make it even, to really rub it in, the prosecutor used that tweet against her, saying it showed that she thought she was immune from punishment because of her race and physical appearance. Well, I don't know where they got that, but anyway, if you live in North Texas and you're looking to buy a house from Jenna Ryan, act quick, because the open house is about to close. As of yesterday, a vaccine mandate for bars, restaurants, and indoor venues here in L.A. went into effect. We've come a long way in this fight against COVID, and every now and then we open up the Corona time capsule, look back at what was in the news 1 year ago, and we've done it again in tonight's post-election edition of This Week in COVID History.
This week in COVID history, it's November 2020, and COVID is having a moment.
More than 144,000 new cases. That is the single highest total since the pandemic began.
But newsflash, the president has gone missing.
Pick up that set. Where is he? Go get him. Go get him.
Why haven't we heard from the president?
Trump, nowhere to be found.
We haven't seen him in a week. We have not heard his voice since last Thursday.
And nobody is missing Trump more than the American people.
We haven't seen any kind of violence or the anger. It might have something to do with the fact that there's a very, very pungent smell of marijuana here.
And why not celebrate with jazz cigarettes? This election is over.
This election is not over. Far from it.
I've had a microphone in my face all day. When is Trump going to concede? You know, they can all go to hell as far as I'm concerned. I've had it with these people. Let's fight back.
The old lady is right. Bring in the Caucasian cavalry. The Proud Boys.
Stop the steal! Stop the steal!
Who have muscle as well as brains.
Honest to God, I'm kind of dumb.
QAnon, adults who question everything.
We're talking about a virus that is no more deadly than the flu.
JFK Jr. is alive!
Spoiler alert, and don't squeeze the shaman. Something tells me we'll be seeing him again.
I don't think we're going to have an interrupted transition to whoever is the next administration. I think we ought to quit all the hand-wringing.
So many nervous Nellies. What say you, Secretary of Steakums?
There will be a smooth transition.
Great.
To a second Trump administration.
Oh well, every horror movie needs a sequel. This has been This Week in COVID History.
If you like that video, click subscribe and we'll be together until one of us dies.